Hey Hofstra fans, welcome inside the WB Mason Coaches Report with Richard Nuttall. I'm Anthony Barrett, joined by Richard Nuttall, head coach of the Hofstra men's soccer team. Coach, thanks for the time. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. A little bit disappointed after the weekend, but in good shape overall.
You went 1-1 this past week, but before we get back to those games, there was a video put on the internet. Your team decided to do a cover of a Rebecca Black song, Friday. They made their own version, Game Day. You made a little appearance in the video yourself. Any chance we see you stop coaching soccer and go for a singing career?
If you see the video, you'll know there's no chance of me changing anything. But no, it's great camaraderie. It shows the teams together, and they did that of their own accord, and it's quite entertaining and shows a lot of camaraderie. So a lot of fun too.
Was it tough for them to get you to agree to be in the video at all?
It was, yeah, it was. But it's just about a 2 or 3 second thing, but it was fun.
Now, Coach, let's look back at these two games this past week. You beat Fordham on Tuesday night. You win 2-0. Tommy Kjartansson and Brett Carrington getting the 2 goals for your team. Just talk about that win.
Yeah, a good solid win for us. It was an end-to-end game. I thought, the shot totals were very similar, but I thought we had a little bit more cutting edge, in that game. And our boys worked hard and kept moving the ball, and set piece got us 1-0 up, and then later on we got another goal through Brett Carrington. It was just a good workmanlike performance against a good Fordham team. Missing a couple of players, defenders. I was glad that I asked Stefan to step in at the back, and he did a wonderful job on the right side when he's normally a left-sided player. And I was happy. I was really happy with the workmanlike performance, and we showed grit and determination.
Now, Saturday night, you go to Georgia State, you fall in overtime on a penalty kick, you lose 1-0. How frustrating of a loss is that?
Oh, unbelievably frustrating, because I felt we did enough to get a point out of the game against a very good Georgia team. I've got to give Georgia State a lot of credit. They're dangerous going forward, but, I thought we didn't deserve to win the game, but I don't think we deserve to lose the game either. They've got 3-4 players who are very dynamic. I thought we defended well. The shot total was in their favour, but I thought a lot of their chances were from long range and weren't clear-cut chances. So I felt we deserved a point. I was unhappy in the end that we didn't come out to there with at least a point,
The team only mustered 4 shots in the game. Was that just the flow of the play? Was it a very slow-paced game, or what was the reason for that?
It was a very high-paced game, and I've got to give Georgia State a lot of credit defensively. They shut us down. We had a couple of clear-cut chances, one particularly to Memic, which he knows he probably should have finished. But in terms of clear-cut chances, I thought it was pretty even with us and Georgia State, but overall chances, no. They were a little bit more on top. But we defended with grit and determination. We were magnificent, so disappointed in the end with the result.
Now, the past couple of games, we've seen you go through changes of formation. Sometimes you've only had 3 players out there on the back line and 6 midfielders or 1 forward. How are all those changes going with the team?
Well, each game, we like to think we're a fluid team that can adapt to each team, and we keep our style, but we adapt to the nuances of the other team. And each game, our philosophy of defending overall is the same. Our philosophy of attacking is the same. But our formations do change to suit what we want to do on that particular day.
And now let's look ahead at these 2 games that you have coming up this week. It's Towson and VCU. Towson's coming up first. What are you expecting from the Tigers?
Towson will be very good going forward. They're having a bit of a difficult season, but I think they've just lost 1-0 to William and Mary. It shows that they're a quality team. This conference, I say week after week, this conference is tremendous, and there's not one team that you think, oh, we're going to get a win here. Towson are very good going forward, and they'll be up for it. I think they're 0-2 at the moment in the conference, and they know another loss, so it'll be difficult for them to come back to make the playoffs. So we've got to understand we're going to be in a dogfight here, and it's going to be a tremendous game, as our games with Towson always are. And they've got a forward there in Banjo who's very, he's athletic, he's gangly, he's strong. We've got to watch that young man because he's a talented player.
Now, you brought up making the CAA playoffs. This year, the conference decided to go, instead of from the 4-team playoff format, they go back to 6 teams. Is there a little bit of extra security in that, knowing that there's 2 more teams making the tournament?
Absolutely not. When you look at the results in the conference, anyway, I said to my assistant coaches, and they seem to agree, that we think that the last game of the season anywhere in the top, anybody in the top 10, 11, 12, maybe fighting for those places the way it's going. There's so much parity in the conference.
And now, Coach, final question before we let you go. What's going to be the key to going 2-0 this week?
Well, we're only focusing on the first game. We've got to start, and I keep talking about this game, a better tempo on the ball. I feel we've got the talent, and we've got to get it out of our midfield a bit quicker and get it to the forwards in a more opportune time scale. We've just got to get that ball moving.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot, and best of luck this week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hofstra fans, for joining us inside the WB Mason Coaches Report with Richard Nuttall.